Hello everybody and welcome. This is Adrian. Thank you so much for joining me today. Excuse me. Let us play some more Empire Total War with the American Civil War mod as the United States. We're about to attack a Confederate army right now. Actually, they marched an army into Washington, D.C. So we're going to attack them. We have quite a bit of an advantage in basically everything, but we're actually going to fight this because I do want to let you guys see the land battles. Hopefully we don't get a crash here. I've heard that the mod can be a little unstable, so we will have to be kind of cautious. So, as you guys know, during the American Civil War, guns fired quickly, artillery was absolutely devastating, and a lot of people died. There's actually new scholarly estimates that say that up to 750,000 men died in active duty combat during the Civil War. Usually estimates were actually around 600,000, but most historians actually say it's probably more than that now, to be honest. And that's just in combat alone. Disease is even more, so pretty incredible. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here at our army. We do have quite a few troops. We have a lot of artillery, so we have the advantage in artillery, so we're going to want to put that artillery dead center. We're going to make them group number 4. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We're going to want... Let's see, we have some skirmishers. So, units of 90 are usually skirmishers, so we're going to want to have them, I think maybe just on the flanks. Yeah, we're going to have, how about these 69th Pennsylvania Irish Volunteers on the right? And then the Zouaves on the left. I've got 2 units of cav. I've got 1 that are missile infantry, and the other that are dragoons. In this era, in the 1860s, dragoons were usually troops that could fight on horseback, as far as like heavy cavalry, but usually they could actually dismount and be kind of like a rapid response force. So what I like to do is I like to deploy my artillery right here in the center and actually have these line infantry on the flanks. And I think we're going to do that exact same thing here. Whoopsies. What did I select wrong here? There we go. Let's go ahead and deploy these men. We actually might do like a stagger here. And let's get the rest of these. I think we're going to have a heavy right flank with some of these line infantry here. And we're going to have these... Actually, you know what we'll do? I think we're going to put these skirmishers right in the front. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep these dragoons on the flanks. Well, we have the Kirk's Raiders on the left and the dragoons on the right. And we're going to have these guys be... These infantry, how about control group 1? And these guys will be number 2. 2, 3. Oh yeah, these cavalry should be 3. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and deploy that. Holy crap, the Confederates are hella far back. That is super far, wow. You can actually, you know, I can zoom up here and actually take a look at the uniforms and stuff. It's pretty cool, pretty authentic looking actually, I will admit. Some of these guys are pretty authentic. So I guess we're gonna have to march up there and do this the hard way. Let's go ahead and unlimber. Yeah, it looks like the Confederates are going to be very, very far out there. We have an advantage in numbers, though, so I don't think it's too big of a deal to just kind of walk out there and just go and shoot them. It's probably one of the best things I could do. I'm going to make sure all the cannons are unlimbered. And we're going to get all these cav. Might as well just move them up here. It's nice that they'll stay in formation. That makes things a lot easier for me. Just make sure that we unlimber all the cannons. To my knowledge, they should all be unlimbered now. There they go. Yep. And so, actually, you know what I will do? Probably turn off the control group for these guys. I'm going to march these guys up right here, right dead center. We're just going to pound the shit out of the enemy. Yeah, we're going to unlimber. And then, I don't think anybody's moving quickly, right? No, it doesn't look like it here. So we have our, yep. We're just going to pound the shit out of these guys from ranged, because I'm not going to lie. Sending your troops into combat is actually fairly dangerous in this game. Ranged combat, especially bayonet charges and things like that, just tear men apart. Like, it is crazy. If you thought a lot of men could die before, like, the way that this mod simulates industrial warfare is incredible. It's pretty amazing. It's unlike something that I've really ever witnessed before. The only way that I could really kind of explain it would be like Total War Shogun 2 with the Fall of the Samurai campaign. Dude, it's crazy, man. Industrial warfare with the way guns fire in this game is absolutely incredible. So I think we'll definitely, you might be able to see some of it here actually with this artillery barrage, because they don't have any artillery, so they're kind of just gonna get pounded. They're gonna get destroyed. As soon as my men are in position, we're gonna go ahead and deploy and just kind of lay it on them. There we go. Okay, and then we're actually just gonna have the frame rate might drop just a little bit. We're actually gonna go bombard these guys right here. I will admit the AI is not the greatest in this game, but wow, look at these uniforms, man. I'm actually wondering what is the control to lower the hood. Sorry, guys, I gotta look this up. I think you guys would enjoy this a lot more if I could actually get rid of the heads-up display. Battle. Chat with team. Wow, really? It doesn't actually give me the option to take down the HUD, the heads-up display. That's pretty crazy. It's usually either K, maybe. I wonder if I try some of these other buttons here. Tab? I don't know. So you can see the rounds. Holy crap. Holy crap. Look at that. There they go. There's the cav. Cav are moving out. So we're gonna target these cav here, these regiment of dragoons. That's a Confederate Laurel Brigade. Laurel, isn't that a flower? Looks like they have some infantry moving out. So we're gonna move up the infantry. Well, we do have some cav too, but we're gonna move the infantry here. I got round. Yeah, we're gonna move to the trees, preferably right there. And I do have some infantry. We're also gonna take a position in these trees here. Let's go ahead and move up some of these cav. Those are the howitzers. Holy crap. Those horses just disappeared. Oh, there they are. Whoa. That was weird. I've never seen them before. I don't know if that was a bug or if there's like some sort of line of sight system in this game. Holy crap, we're even actually missing, but we're still getting the cannonballs to go all the way back here for these dragoons. That's pretty cool. Wow, look at that. Look at that. They actually disappear out of sight. That's strange. I don't know if that's a bug or if it's just because we actually can't see them from this far. It's kind of weird. I think there might be smoke that we just can't see. I'm not sure. Kind of like Napoleon Total War, I guess. There was supposed to be this smoke aspect to the game that blocks visibility and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that works here though. Are these ranged cavalry? I'm not sure. 144 men here. So we're actually breaking this Stonewall, first Stonewall Brigade. These guys are broken. So like I said, morale is pretty important in this game. The less morale you have, definitely the worse things are for you, because men die very quickly in this game. So you need a lot of morale. We're actually gonna go ahead and charge, I think, these cav, and I might even actually send in some of these troops here. I think we might have these cavalry here on the left. We're gonna send up these infantrymen right up here, dead center. And I'm actually gonna let's put some more fire, I think, on those Laurel Brigades. Either that or on the Stonewall. These cav are kind of hard to hit at a range. You'd think a horse would be an easy target to hit, but you never know. Let's go ahead and keep moving up those infantry. Still got those swabs back here, Confederate swabs. We're gonna go ahead and engage. So we are at range here. So these guys are, I believe, either revolver or dragoon cavalry. It looks like they have revolvers, yeah. Holy crap. That was fucking awesome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. Retreat. You guys are lining up for a volley now. We're going to want to charge these infantry. We lost about 9 men in that battle there, and they're actually still putting off some rounds. We're going to charge these infantry. Hopefully they can't get a volley off. These dragoons should do fairly well. Now we're going to charge these guys just straight up. So cavalry charge is pretty dangerous. Holy crap, these men are tired. Okay, so now we're going to have our skirmishers and the rest of our line infantry in this first formation to fire on those cav. And looks like we have engaged the enemy. We are winning slightly, but horseback usually does not do that well against bayonets. So we'll have to see where these guys go. And then we're going to go ahead and move on up here. These dragoons are going to last, but not for long. I think we might do one volley against these line infantry, and then we might actually just charge them. I don't think these guys will hold up in melee combat here. Oh my god! Did you guys see that? That was badass. These men completely routed, actually. Holy shit, that was cool. Okay, let's go ahead and move up these line infantry here. These men are actually exhausted from running around, I will admit. These wobs are going to engage now. Yeah, these men are very tired. Wow, I actually did not realize that men become so tired so quickly. That's pretty cool, guys. That's pretty interesting, actually. Let's go and engage now. We're in range of the enemy. We have some riflemen, so they're gonna fire on these men, and then oh, it looks like my dragoons broke. Yeah, they'll probably come back. Especially at this range, we're really at kind of the edge of the range here of these men, these effective ranges here. So it's kind of hard for them to get any accurate shots. Yeah, it's pretty far ranges there. It looks like we are going to break this force, though. Hopefully we can push them back. We want to send this this guy on the right here towards those mobs. Wow, these men are exhausted already. That's pretty cool. So we are putting some rounds down on those wobs, but it is hard to get accurate shots. We did break this force. So that's nice. Look how long this line is. Holy crap. It's even cool because even the uniforms are different per man, which was quite a thing in the Confederate Army. There was never usually a standard issue uniform. They usually just wore whatever you could get. Which is a damn shame for an army. So we're going to put some revolver rounds down. Looks like we didn't do too much damage. We could probably actually just charge these guys now, now that I really think about it. This wall just broke. And it looks like Kirk's Raiders are going in for the charge. They're a little bit shaken, but it looks like we did break the enemy because they're terrified of my Raiders here. I think these last, these Virginians here. Huge ass rifles, huge ass bayonets. Those are guys you don't want to go up against. Wow. It looks like my troops broke at the same rate those guys did. Okay, so we just charged the Virginia cavalry, or the Virginia infantry. My men are exhausted, but so are theirs, so we should come out on this on top. Yeah, we're cutting them down pretty good. Shaken, very tired. My men are confident, even though they are on very, very low stamina. They're exhausted. They should win because they obviously are on horseback. So there we go. Yeah. The Zouaves are still around. Hopefully my skirmishers can get up on in there, put some rounds down. As you can see, especially at ranges like this, it's hard to get down a lot of accurate shots. It's not really easy to get an accurate shot off on a target, even from this far away. This is probably like 150 meters. 200 meters with a musket ball. Right? I mean, you just gotta imagine that. That could probably be incredibly difficult even for an experienced sharpshooter. It's probably just not easy. And there they go, they break. That's it. That should be the victory for us, I think. Unless the enemy has more troops around. And I can't see. There we go. Victory is yours. We can go ahead and actually quit that battle. We can end that battle. It's a decisive victory. Without Germans, we would have defeated the Yankees a long time ago. See, it's General Robert E. Lee. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, that was our first battle. That was the American Civil War. We lost 178 men. They lost 620, so we pushed them out of Washington now. And we could either recover in Washington, D.C., or pursue them into Virginia. And what I think I will do is actually... Who do we have here? These are infantry. So let's go ahead and get these infantry. We're actually going to go ahead and rest up here in Washington, D.C. for a turn. And you do have to replenish units manually in Empire Total War. There is no... there is no ability to replenish like a Napoleon Total War. That doesn't happen. And then obviously, they're actually moving troops into what looks to be Tennessee. We're going to move some troops up in here. So we're going to go ahead and develop this a little bit. Let's make sure we have some pretty decent infrastructure here. We're going to want, preferably, I think, some cavalry, if I can get it. We don't really have any good cavalry to recruit. These Vedette cavalry, these guys are, they're okay. They're light cavalry, so they're not really good for charging into enemies, but I guess we'll have to take what we can get. It looks like we do have a little bit of a manpower problem here. We're actually outnumbered a little bit compared to the Confederates. And I think we will just have to start raising some troops here in Missouri. We're going to send some troops from Missouri probably down to Jackson, Mississippi. That's probably going to be pretty necessary. And we're actually out of money there. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break here, guys. Hopefully we can push into Virginia next episode. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much.